So welcome to Empowered Parenting, where every week I go live every Sunday at 3. I go live with a new positive discipline parenting tool. So today we're going to talk about curiosity questions. I love this tool. So curiosity questions can look like conversational or motivational. So starting when our children are young, we want to think about asking instead of telling. So asking invites children to think and choose for themselves, whereas telling invites resentment and resistance. So when we ask, we want to think of questions like, what do you need to do to be ready for school on time? Oops, what do you think you need to do about that spilled milk? How can you and your brother problem solve this or solve this problem? What do you need to take if you don't want to be cold outside? What is your plan for getting your homework done? So you see how this slight shift in the way that we speak to our children can make a difference. And it really gets them thinking instead of being, resisting, they think for themselves and make a choice. Then as our kids get older, they may make mistakes, and we may want to help our children explore the consequences of their choices, which is very different than imposing consequences on them. So instead of lecturing and my son just walked in, my office is now in my living room because I have turned my office into a bedroom for the foster children that we are going to be having soon. So not having a door while trying to do lives is is a challenge. So I'm about to build myself a she shed and make it my office. But until then, my son and his friend just walked through the middle of the live. So, but what I'm saying is, as our kids get older and they start making mistakes, instead of lecturing them, instead of telling them, what happened, what caused it to happen, how they should feel about it, and what they should learn from it, and what they should do about it. It's much more respectful and encouraging to ask, what happened? What does the child think happened? What do they think they should do about it? So some good questions to ask are, what were you trying to accomplish? How do you feel about what happened? What did you learn from this? How can you use what you learned in the future? And what ideas do you have for solutions now? And help them to really explore the consequences of their choices without that, lecturing and telling them what they should be feeling and what they should have done differently, but giving them a chance to learn from the experience. So some guidelines for when you're using curiosity questions is don't have an agenda. You're not really getting into your child's world if you already have in mind how they should answer these questions. They're called curiosity questions for a reason. It's important to truly be curious. And if you're not, your kids are going to pick up on that, right? So really want to be curious. So don't ask questions if you're upset or your child's upset. That's not the time, because they're not going to hear in your tone that you're truly curious. So wait until you're both calm. And ask curiosity questions from your heart. Use your own wisdom to show you how to get into your child's world and show empathy and acceptance. So when the solutions come from the children or are brainstormed together and the child chooses it, it's much more helpful that they will actually learn to make a valuable contribution when using respectful decision-making skills. And children learn that mistakes aren't horrible if you don't beat yourself up about them and you truly look at mistakes as opportunities to learn. So I hope you found this helpful, and come back next week, next Sunday at 3 for another positive discipline parenting tool. Thank you.